Okay, in the previous video, you saw how multiple choice questions, multiple right answer need to be answered. And in this
Okay, are you all
video,
settled?
I'm going to talk about how to apply the concepts we discussed in the previous video to actual questions. So I told you that when you listen to the recording, you must have recognized the topic as well as the focus of the question. So for example, let's say you are reading this question, which one do you think is topic and which one do you think is focus? You can pause the video for now and think about it before you continue. I hope you have done that. Now, if you look at the question, it says, what are students going to do in the first week? Which means this recording is going to be about student activities, and the focus of the question is student activity of the first week. Which means once the recording starts, I need to focus more on what happens on the first week than what students are going to do. Or in other words, students are going to do a lot of things. Among them, I have to pick what they are going to do in the first week. So now I'm going to play the recording. Listen to the recording, and while listening to the recording, keep in mind the concepts that I gave you. That means think about the focus of the question, and using that, try to answer the question by picking at least one option from the given options. Remember, you have to pick at least one option. And if you can't pick more than one option, that's fine. You do not need to worry because it's enough. Okay, let's continue now.
Well, first of all, welcome to Cardiff University. I'm here to explain what we can offer you. Now, as a new student at the university, you will probably need some sort of guidance to help you to use the library effectively to study and research. Some of you have asked about a guided tour, but we find this rather muddles people. So, in this first week, we run a series of talks which focus on different aspects of the library and its resources. You'll also find that to get the most out of the library, you really do need to be computer literate. And so all this term we run small classes which will bring you up to speed on how to access the computer-loaded information.
If you listen to the recording carefully, you must have noticed that the speaker started talking about the first week activity only after the middle of the recording, which means before that he was talking about other activities but not the activities students were going to do in the first week. So that's what you need to keep in mind when you are thinking about the topic and the focus. So now we know what the students did. Now we know what the students are expected to do on the first week. We can have a look at the options and pick the option that we think is the best for the given situation. And based on what we heard, if we look at the options here, we can see that option C and option D are the correct answer. They are going to learn basics of using computer, and they will also learn how to use the library effectively. But if you have picked only one of them, that's also fine. If you have picked more than one, but not all of your answers were correct, or let's say all of your answers were incorrect, then in that case, remember, you have just wasted your effort. And the reason for that is this question has negative marking, which means for every wrong option you select, you get -1. So the total score can be 0 as well. But remember, the score will never be below 0. That means if you, let's say, select 3 options and 2 out of them are incorrect, mathematically speaking, that should have been -1, but that will not happen in the exam. So your score will not be -1, but rather it will be 0 because the score never drops below 0. That is the reason why I was telling you all the time not to pick more than one option when you are not sure. Because when you are making a guess, the chances of being lucky twice is very low. Remember, since at least 2 options are correct out of the given options, and usually there are 5 options, that means every option has 40% chances of being the right answer. But if you pick more than one option, in that case, the probability drops down dramatically. And that's why if you are guessing, just guess one. If that guess is correct, you get point. If not, you are not losing anything anyway. Skipping is never the option. So I hope you have learned a few things about how to do multiple choice question, multiple right answer. I will see you in the next video.